What's up, people? Welcome to this episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. Karan Sasrikal.
I love that. Guys, that's going to be Indy's new, and I'm going to give you Fateh back. Sat Sri Akal to you as well.
Thank you. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Salute.
I like that.
Salute.
I appreciate that, yeah.
I appreciate it too. How are you?
Good, man. Just finished shift, ED. Back on a Friday. We've got a...
ED, yeah?
ED. Not that emergency department.
Yeah.
Not the other thing.
What's the other thing?
Erectile dysfunction.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it meant that.
That's obviously why you were asking. Salah. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, have you come from ED? Friend. It's quite a few gems.
Pumping erectile dysfunction with a little machine.
What planet are you on, bro? Okay.
Sorry, carry on.
You know, when you do that,
that
reminds me of, Dodgeball. Ben Stiller.
Oh, yeah.
Shh. Come on, baby. This is Viper and Sniper. Oh, God. He's so good. So Friday in ED is always fun. And then we're partying and I've got a weekend with no Shundi Nikam, which means loads of stuff is getting fixed around the house. It's a fixing weekend, a cleaning weekend. So excited. We're doing other pods related stuff, guys. We've got so much big stuff to do this year. It's very exciting. And we've got to sort that out as well, haven't we, Indy?
We do. We'll do that after this meeting. This public meeting. We should call podcasts public meetings. Anyway, right. Let's kick it off with the actual topic we want to talk about. So,
yes.
Did you see the kickoff that happened about the emergency film that was put out?
I did. I had quite a lengthy discussion with Kenny, my Benoya, about this as well. And I've obviously read the articles that we agreed to pre-read.
Should we explain to people what happened? I'll tell you what, why don't you explain to people what happened? Because I do it all the time. Why don't you do it?
Okay, so there's a film that's been released and produced by an actress turned politician called Kangana Ranaut. She's quite infamous. Some of you may remember the incident where, I think it's Chandigarh Airport, where she's landed and there's I want to say security officer. I don't think she's a police officer. So local security basically walked up to her and just slapped her on the face.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That went viral on Twitter.
Yeah. And so the film Emergency is depicting that period of time, 1975 to 1977, in which, so Indira Gandhi, I understand, had 2 terms in office. And in this period, she declared an emergency. Now, the thing is, we, as 6 people, we obviously are synonymous Indira Gandhi, 1984 Operation Blue Star. But obviously there was a time before that as well, right? And it was interesting because of what the film has caused issue-wise, looking into that part of history and what the actual emergency was and what that meant for India and this kind of totalitarian regime that was employed for like 21 months, man. It's not like a short period of time. It's not like, I guess we went through lockdown, and lockdown was quite a period of time, and obviously the conflict happening in Israel and Palestine that's gone on for some time. But when you think about it, you think that level of kind of like media blackout and whatever happened. So anyway, so this film has been released, and it is the feeling that there is an obvious agenda to demonize or put, Sikhs in bad light, to show us as
anti-Sikh propaganda.
Yeah, anti-Sikh propaganda, to maybe as a way of justifying what would then, happen later down the line in 1984 as well. This had to happen. There was a reason. I didn't really want to attack Mandir Sahib, but I had to. So, that's what's led to the protests. Well, it's not riots, is it? It's protests. I don't think there's been any physical violence.
No, there's been no violence, no.
So, yeah. So, because of that, we're going to discuss what one member of the members of Parliament have said in the House of Commons.
Yes. Before we go to that, why do people not like Kangana? Let's dig into that first. So, I was reading a brief piece in an article that pretty much summed up why people don't like her, and I thought that was really well said. So, this is from an article, and it says, Ranaut has got into trouble for her statements about Sikhs. In 2021, she made derogatory comments about protesting Sikh farmers on Instagram, resulting in a police complaint. She wrote on Twitter that Sikhs should disassociate themselves from Khalistanis and come out in support of the Akhand Bharat. Akhand Bharat, or Undivided India, is a dreamt up super state promoted by right-wing Hindu nationalists like the BJP or the RSS, and includes Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. That's why Sikhs don't like her. That and the fighting publicly about the farmers on Twitter, that's one part of it, but she did it loads.
And I think if you dive into it more, it's not only Sikhs. I think she's made some derogatory comments against Bangladeshi people, also against Muslim people as well. So, yeah. Fine. And look, end of the day, people can have opinions. There's clearly a lot of people who have derogatory Sikh opinions, but when you're famous and you have derogatory opinions, then obviously it gets a lot more light. That's why, she's become sort of infamous in just speaking her mind and speaking out.
Yeah. Now, the film has come out, and because it promotes anti-Sikh propaganda, there's been a lot of protests about it across the UK. Not a lot, actually. There's been a handful, but that have been publicised quite heavily in pockets of Sikh communities that exist. For example, Birmingham Broad Street, that happened there, and people were going there to Broad Street, and I think it was the Star City.
Correct.
And they both agreed to not show the screening anymore. But the way it's been depicted is that it was a very violent provocation that occurred. It wasn't.
Okay, so no, if you're now referencing what happened in Harrow, MPs... You're not? Okay.
We are coming to that separately. Yeah.
All right, so we put that to one side. Then everything that I've read Birmingham related, I've not seen anything that's mentioned any violence or aggression.
And that's been quite relaxed, where people have just gone to speak to the cinema organisers and they've said...
No, but your comment just there was about... It sounded like you were basically trying to say that it's been peaceful, but people are saying it's not peaceful. So where are you reading that?
I'm on about these particular events. There was one that wasn't, I guess you could say, not peaceful, but no violence occurred. It was shouting. It's not the same thing. However, I understand it might startle a few people, but again, we'll come to that in a second. Yeah, let's just talk about separately. These bits. Let's talk about the bits that were actually okay. So going to talk to a cinema organizer in groups about the issue with the film and why you want it taken down is a fair thing to do. I don't see why there's a problem with engaging in that dialogue. And if you've had that dialogue conversation with them and the cinema have agreed to take it down, fair game.
I think that's fair game. But in the same vein, if a cinema decides, well, actually, no, we're still going to show it, I think that's still okay.
Maybe depending on the film. Again, I kind of want to see the film.
Can you give me an example of any other film that's been stopped? I'm not Sikh, I'm talking about any film that's been so controversial that cinemas pulled it in our time.
Probably, but not within the Sikh cipher.
Okay. As in, the part of my brain is, it's like...
For example, the Punjab 1984 film didn't go across the whole of India. It was only shown in parts of it.
I'm talking about UK though. But yeah. Okay, India, I mean, we can come to the Punjab 95 film and how that's having issues being screened in India. But if we talk about just the UK, my feeling on this is, I think people should be allowed to make their own mind and their decision.
I disagree, but go on.
So I think you should have the right to protest peacefully. Absolutely fine. Ultimately, it's at the discretion of the cinema and the individual business or company whether they want to comply with that or not comply with it. Fine. That's my position on that. I find if you say to somebody, don't watch this, then I think they're more inclined to be like, well, what are you hiding? Why can't we watch it? Because part of us should be, well, if you're educated enough, you're going to watch this, see it's propaganda, and then understand why it's propaganda. Because I think if you tell somebody, don't watch this film, but you haven't got solid reasons, that's it. And that's the other thing I want to ask about this is, has anybody actually seen the film then to make comments on the film?
I think people have seen the film across up and down India. I think it might have been shown in other parts of the country as well, where there isn't a massive Sikh population. It was only not shown in a handful of cinemas from what I can get online. When you come to your point of saying people are educated enough to make their opinions, they're really not. A lot of people aren't that educated about it, and people are very easily influenced. For example, people just think of Sikhs as like, oh, you're good because you helped in the war. Not anything beyond that. All that massive gap in between the past 80 or so years. What else have we done to serve the community? Loads. We've done to help many homeless people. We've done loads of good projects for just helping the community and the wider world, right? Yeah. There's loads of good stuff there, but that doesn't get talked about. It's like, you helped in the war. That's a very uneducated answer, or lack of awareness about our community. So if this makes it big into a play of space, and it becomes this notorious film that is cited as like, this is what Sikhs did, and that's why it was put out there, then it's a problem.
Okay, so think about your point you just said there. So the people that have the opinion of Sikhs did this in the war, who are they? You're talking about Gore, really?
Yeah.
Right, okay. How many Gore are going to go watch Emergency? Like, how many, like, in your words, uneducated people are going to actually go and watch Emergency? That's not the population that wants to see this film.
True, but it could be cited to them to go and watch it because it proves the point that some people might have about it.
Yeah, but I'd rather have somebody go and watch the film, then sit down with me, and then we can actually debate why this is right or wrong.
You're thinking people would want to sit down and debate it with you afterwards?
Yeah, I just
Very
think
unlikely.
censoring something, unless it's absolute beyond the B, I think that's a very fine line. I think protesting is absolutely fine, but I think people should be allowed to, in the same way, if we want Punjab 95, then if they come out and say, well, no, you shouldn't have Punjab 95 because this is
we haven't got Punjab 95, so...
Yeah, no, but why? Okay, yeah. But you shouldn't have, but then we shouldn't be complicit in the same way and be like, well, we're not going to have this, then you shouldn't have this. We should be saying, actually, everything should be able to be seen. Everybody make their opinion, and then we have debates around that. I think that would be the ideal thing. You're right. There are some people who are easily influenced. Absolutely. I agree with you on that point. I just don't think that population are going to watch this film anyway.
Think of the racial tensions that happen in Canada. Maybe not here in the UK. There are parts of it in the UK, but nowhere near as publicised. Think of the stuff that we spoke about a few episodes ago in Canada. Yeah? That film gets shown over there. Hang on.
Yeah.
If that film gets shown over there, it could put fuel on the fire that is already kind of going there, where people are already having tensions in the community, and they're like, well, this proves the point. This is why it was fine. And then now you've got clashes happening again. Is it worth that just to watch a film?
That's one avenue that could happen, but I still don't think I don't think you can advocate for nationwide censorship based on that. I think you can protest. I think you can speak to people why, look, this is why as a community did we feel that this film is harmful. I think that's fine.
And people will put statements out about that, but we have a petition for it to be taken down everywhere. We can ask for it in protest. But people haven't gone around smashing up cinemas. They haven't gone around smashing up people's houses about it. We've protested in the right way. We've spoken to the right people about it. What they choose to do with that decision is up to them. But we, as a community, have made our voice heard. We've put out statements about it. We've gone through the right avenues of having that discussion. Concerns.
Yeah.
That's the correct way of doing it. Not at any point was there anybody engaging in physical violence about it. Now we can come to the Harrow conversation. Okay. So what happened in Harrow was the cinema was stormed. Well, not stormed. I hate that word because it wasn't really stormed. People walked into a cinema and they started shouting. That's basically it. Others were startled.
You mean this is the actual, this is in the screen now?
This is in the screening, yeah.
Yeah, see, to me, that's unacceptable.
That's not right, correct. I agree that is wrong, and I'd like to know how they were even allowed in to even do that. Also, the mental fortitude to want to go and do that is kind of stupid. You're like, why would you want to ruin that experience for somebody in a cinema, especially considering when people do that in the cinema in the past, it normally engages in acts of violence. I think of that thing that happened in the Batman film many years ago when that guy went in dressed up. Yeah, he dressed up as somebody in the film and then started shooting everybody, and they thought it was a part of the show.
Yeah.
No one wants to be in that situation again. So I'm sure people are thinking, like, when someone comes in and starts doing that shit, it's quite scary.
You got to also remember, and I don't want to, I put this correctly, I don't want to generalize here, but there is a subset of people who are always up for having pange. So it's not surprising to me, like in Harrow. And what I will say about Harrow is I do not know any of the details. So I don't know what your source of information is.
I can read you details now if you want. A video of the unruly behavior from Harrow shows the group shouting Khalistan Zindabad or Long Live Khalistan. Khalistan is a would-be name for a conceptual Sikh homeland. A woman confronting the group responds with Bharat Mata Ki Jai, which translates to victory to Mother India. This brief but illuminating exchange indicates protesters are in support of pro-Khalistan movement and the woman is a pro-India patriot. That's kind of what happened.
Yeah. There will always be people up for a kind
There'll
of
be people up for like more of a
Juggernaut.
Let's take it up a notch. Yeah.
Like and I almost feel like I think it's one or two things. You're either deeply inspired by the cause of the movement, right? And you feel very strongly about it, or you just got nothing to lose and you got nothing better and you just want to get into pungi.
Or it's the group mentality where people just jump into it and think, yeah, let's just keep going. Then afterwards you regret it. That's also very possible too.
Yeah. Because I think generally people sometimes do think like, you're part of a bigger cause, and then I'm doing this for the right reason, the bigger reasons. But then it can get out of hand. And that's when it becomes dangerous. Because the thing I don't like about it is then your one side, you've got the Sikhs, Seva, Langar, Khalsa, that type of image. And then you got this other image now, which is like thugs, vigilantes, not professionals. They just go around doing what they want.
That's your definition of a thug? Really?
What do you mean?
Walking into a cinema and shouting is a thuggish thing to do? That's a thug?
Look at the comments. Well, okay, fine. Whatever word you want to use, it's not that image, this clean, professional, Sikhs come to the UK, they integrate, they go on with society, they speak English. Like, we have the certain image, right? Second, like, most successful minority, maybe after Jewish people or whatever. And then you have this other image, which is like, they're just up for a fight and they just want to get violent. And it's like, well.
Some people are easily misled. And I think that needs to stop. People need to think for themselves and consider, is this next step really worth doing? So if you speak to the cinema and they say they're not going to do it, then you continue into the cinema and then cause problems. Was that really worth it? Has that given you a good light? Have you essentially tarnished the whole purpose of the entire conversation? Because, for example, there's a follower of ours who messaged us.
Yeah.
He lives in Bristol. His name is Jug. And he sent us a video of it. He said, look, I know there's a lot of people saying that these protests were engaging in fights, but he sent us a video of the guy speaking to the cinema owner or the cinema manager at the time. There's about 6 of them. They shake hands. He said, you're not going to show it? He said, not going to show it. Cool, thank you. And they walk off, done. No problems, no issues, had a discussion, sorted. Yeah, that's a very civilized way of
very civil way. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't see a problem with that.
Absolutely agree. And I think if you're going to appropriate the right channels, you have the right arguments, you come from a place of facts, fine. Because then at least you are educating people. It's not this, like, you can say this is anti-Sikh, right? But this is anti-Sikh and this is why it's anti-Sikh. Like, come out with that. Don't come out with anger, because that's just going to the other side, they're just going to be like, nah, we definitely want to watch it now. If you're trying to appeal to these neutrals, then like the managers or whatever, then you need to then come with a place, with some authority, which is, this is why, like you said, calm, collected, peaceful, organized. That's the way to do it.
Let me tip it on its head for 1 second. I've just had a thought. This might not make the cut, but let's think about this, okay?
Yeah.
Someone makes a film justifying what happened to the Jewish people by what Hitler did, and they want to put that out and put it in cinema, perpetuating negative stereotypes about Jewish people. Would that even see the light of day?
So first thing is, remember, the film isn't about 1984.
It's not, but that's an addition on top. So
yeah, it's not apples for apples. What you're saying there, that's important.
I'm trying to give a comparison here.
Yeah, but had they made a film which was, let's show the attack on Hamdar Sahib and we're going to stage it, that's a whole different conversation.
But you can sprinkle that into a film and still have that undertone.
You can sprinkle it, but it's not the same.
Yeah,
so if you're talking about,
sprinkle it in with that undertone, right?
Yeah, correct, but it's still not the same. That's a whole different conversation.
Okay, imagine if you had a film then that was justifying everything that Hitler did in his rise to power.
Yeah.
And then every action he takes in that moment is a step towards him justifying why he goes through with the concentration camps.
Fine, but are you saying Hitler the same as Gandhi? Is that what you're saying?
What? Oh,
are you saying
Indira Gandhi?
Yeah, which Gandhi are you talking about? Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
if you say to me Gandhi, I think, wait, Mahatma, what?
Yeah.
So, exactly.
First name basis, yeah?
I was like, what's going on?
Mohandas?
So yeah, if you compare that and that, Hitler reigned over Germany at that time, no?
Yeah.
Indira Gandhi reigned over India at that time. I know it's not apples to apples. I'm just trying to give
you a
make comparison conversation
of
a genocide of people done by a leader at the time of said people.
Yeah.
Would that film see the light of day? I really fucking doubt it.
And so your point there is because Jewish people are more organized, they have more power, they have a bigger voice, and they would
I just think it's more accepted as a society that everybody has come to the conclusion that was a genocide that was totally wrong and that was completely unjustifiable, and that's it. You can't make an art piece about that because that shouldn't. Even if you took that to a cinema now, even if you take that to Hollywood as a script, as a concept, they'd look at you and say, "What the fuck are you doing? No way is this going to fly."
Which is true, but there is a well-established opinion. I've not made it to a cinema, but there probably are independent films that have been made about it, that the Holocaust was made up, it's not real. So people have those opinions. Hitler was right.
True.
There are a lot.
But it wouldn't make it to a mainstream cinema.
Mainstream.
It wouldn't be shown in Vue, would it? By the Vue group or Cineworld. It would not be picked up by them. Yeah, so is it too much to ask for the same kind of thing for 6? But just because 84 was lesser known and lesser publicized, and there was a media blackout, and we haven't got these museums dedicated to it. Shout out to Pav Singh, who told us about this, saying what they've done with the movement from the Jewish perspective of what happened in the concentration camps and how they've preserved everything and how you can go back and visit everything. And it's all been kept in museums, and you've got archives of all the information that occurred. That's a good way of preserving history so everybody can access it. We haven't done that for 6. Now, if you look at it from that perspective, is it because there's not enough awareness about the actual thing that happened, and therefore it should just be looked on as like no, you can't do that kind of thing?
I think the awareness is there, but it's I
don't think the awareness is there with the broader public, no.
The acceptance isn't there. No one calls it genocide. That's a big hurdle in itself. So until it gets...
That is a big hurdle in itself, but general public, if you go to a girl on the street and say, "Did you know this happened?" They'll be like, "No." So
True.
When we used to do the protests in London every year, and people would look at 6 and say, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you protesting?" And then you tell them, "Did you know this happened?" They're like, "Nah, no idea."
Yeah. So in the same vein, I sat with a couple of friends who would tell me about these massive genocides that have recently happened kind of in the last 50 years as well in Africa. And he's like, "But we don't know about them."
And in Cambodia as well. Yeah. I only found out about it when I went there.
Fine. So it's not an isolated Sikh issue. I guess it's more 1945, the Second World War affected the whole world. We learn about it in history in our schools. It gets talked about a lot. You're right. And that is part of our curriculum, and it's just very well established.
I think it gets talked about in our school because the British won. That's the only reason why. If we were the French, they wouldn't talk about it that much. So
then our experience in the UK about that obviously is, and it's a world war, right? Like that's also part of it. Sikh genocide 94 wasn't a part of World War. That Cambodia thing, to be honest, you talk about Cambodia then, I didn't know about, I still don't know about that genocide. So there are a lot of other...
About what, sorry?
This Cambodian genocide.
The Cambodians, with the Khmer Rouge, I only found out about it when I went there and saw the killing fields.
Yeah. Because there are, ethnic cleansing is a big problem in lots of parts of the world. Which, people just don't know about everything. But you're right, the Holocaust is universally known. It's
universally accepted as an atrocity, and there's no space for nuance. And I think that's correct, because killing people on that massive, that wide of a scale is completely unjustifiable. That's the only angle I'm coming at it from. So I get your point about free speech and saying, we shouldn't be policing art. I get that. But the film shouldn't even have made it to the cinema or the point of production. Maybe because it's promoting pro-India perspectives, I don't know, or trying to justify what happened at that time towards a minority group in their homeland. It's a lot more complicated. And maybe that's why it passed through.
What I want to understand, and at some point I probably want to watch the film, right?
It was produced by Kangana, who doesn't like Sikhs. It's been shown that she doesn't like them. So is that another thing where she was so aggressively wanting to pursue this and to have this see the light of day that she got it through? Maybe.
I mean, if she's producing it, she's putting up the money. So then that's maybe one reason, because maybe a lot of other people wouldn't touch it for that reason. But if you're self-producing it and putting the money in, maybe she doesn't care if it's going to be successful. She just wants to get it out there. But at some point, like I want to watch the film, right? Because I want to understand, is the whole film, because like I said, the emergency that was declared in 1975 to 77 obviously affected Sikh people, but it's not just Sikh people. It's like the whole of India was affected. So the other people that were affected by it. There's something in the article that you sent me that said the 25th of June each year is known as Desi Death of Democracy Day or something like. There's a.
I'll get it up. You go on. You carry on.
I think it's in the first article. So, and the bits where obviously there are Sikh references.
There you go. Constitution Murder Day.
Yeah. So it's affected a lot of people. So I want to see how accurate was the depiction of that, and also so if you these anti-Sikh parts. Like I think I saw a reel somewhere where somebody had put a clip from the film of Santaji speaking, whoever's portraying Santaji, and then there was like his actual speech about the same thing below. And I was like, that's what we need. Like if you're going to debunk something, then we need to see what's wrong with it, and then be like, well, here's the fact and here's the proof. Like properly debunk it. I think that has more credibility.
You're assuming that once the film has come out and you're able to get your hands on the footage without piracy, start editing it, start making your own clips, getting that out there, get past licensing problems as well of trying to put that out there to the masses via the internet, that you will be able to even put out that debunking fact or video, make it interactive, etc. I think it's nice you think that way, but I don't know how much that's going to catch on.
So, but what are you advocating for?
I'm not advocating for anything right now. I'm just trying to show you that even though it's a nice idea, I don't know if that will be as sticky as the film itself.
Maybe. I still think that's a better way. I'm all for debate. That's just the angle I come from. I favor debate over censorship, always. If somebody says something to me, then I want to reason with them. Why do you think that? Why do you think this is this? Why do you think
so? Somebody calls you a Paki. You're like,
say
to them, why do you think that?
That's a really good one, because I've had that conversation with people, and I don't react. I don't get angry. I'm like, why you call me that? What does that mean? I interrogate them on it. Why do you feel like you have to say that? When you say that, what do you actually mean? But that's me. That's me as a person, right? We have different reactions to different things.
No, I just look at them and just shake my head and think, wow, and then just walk off. There's no point. Because the ignorance is so deeply embedded. Me having a conversation, in my opinion, is wasted time.
Fair. That's your approach.
Other thing. So I sent you 3 articles, one from the Birmingham Times, one from the Times of India, and one from the Spectator. Did you see the slant that was put on it by the Times of India versus the Birmingham Mail?
Was that the middle one?
The one that says the Birmingham Mail.
I read all of them.
I'm looking at our conversation.
Which were you referencing?
Let me look. So I sent you 3. I sent you the Spectator, then the Times of India, then the Birmingham Mail. Yeah?
Yeah, read all 3. So what?
Okay,
what is
the middle one was the Times of India. Yeah?
Yeah.
And they kept on citing Khalistani terrorists the whole way through.
Language.
How is that terrorism?
Yeah.
And it goes back to that point. This makes no sense. If you just have any need for a homeland, you are a terrorist. No, you are not. That needs to stop. You are not. You're an activist, but you're not a terrorist. Massive difference.
It comes back to that.
No terror was inflicted even in the going into a cinema and shouting. That is not terrorism.
Yeah. This is where Jordan Peterson says all the time is you have to be very precise with your language, because the problem with loose language is that people then make these associations which are completely wrong.
Yeah,
and then when you talk about the uneducated, people just don't get checked, and they go through and they keep saying it. We had an earlier episode where we talked about the whole PKE term, right? Pro-Khalistani extremists, like this thing that's now been coined, and it's just like it's not accurate.
Absolute bullshit. Yeah.
And I agree with you here. And obviously the member of parliament who in his address to the House of Commons used that phrase as well. Now, I don't think he knows what that phrase is, but he's clearly been told to use this phrase.
I think every MP uses that phrase because they've been told to use that phrase.
Yeah, this is the correct
that's the correct terminology. And it's like, okay, if somebody is pro-Palestine a terrorist now? No.
Yeah. Pro-Palestinian extremist.
It's not the same thing. Palestinian terrorist, yeah? Because you want a homeland. No, that's called Hamas. They're a terrorist organization. Having your want for a homeland is not terrorism. That needs to be set straight in all these articles, media outlets, etc. The same way how Harvey said on the pod, I think it was last year. If anyone says that to you, just call them a donor and refuse to engage with them, Because if they're going to throw out conversations that are if they're going to throw out words that are completely false and have no meaning, you can do the same thing back to them. Because if that's the rules they're playing by, why can't you do the same?
So
now, for 1995, Punjab, the film that Diljit was going to put out and that was greenlit and now has been shut down completely, a part of me feels like there's no coincidence here with the timing of both being put forward. So if you flip it around, would they have put out Punjab 1995 first and then Emergency? No. It was always going to go in this way. Give you false hope and then put it down and say, yeah, it's never going to come out. What was it, 120 cuts they wanted done to the actual film?
Which I think have been done.
Apparently not.
Okay.
Apparently it wasn't going to be done. It was going to be completely uncensored when it was going to be released, which is why it was such a big deal when he said it was happening. And the next day it just got completely shut down.
Well, hopefully that makes the light of day some way illegally in the future.
Would be nice. Because that was a massive story, man. How he figured it all out. His activism on the back of it. Yeah. I think that's important for the world to see, because that's basically journalism.
And I think I was about to say that. I was like, as Akam gets older, it's his story is showing you the cost of doing the right thing or trying to do the right thing and talking about the truth. Like in an ideal world, when you talk about idealisms, you'll be like, that's obviously the right thing. But there are so many agendas in this world.
Yeah.
Where, suppress it, get rid of the person. Like there's just no second thought. Like the levels of darkness which exist in this world. You're right. And I liked how you summarize that. It's journalism. You think about that, right? Like you do that in another country and you'd be like, you can't censor journalism, like free speech, like you can't do that.
Well, journalists have been killed in the past, man. Jamal Khashoggi was one of them as well. So
Dissident. Have you seen that?
I haven't watched it, but I know what happened to it.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah.
And that was a fucked up story, right? So yeah,
professional hit.
Yeah, and then some. So there you go, people. That's a quick summary rundown of what happened, what the next step's probably going to be. I'd love to see the 1995 film. I would, as you said, Gordon, I would watch the Emergency film, just to see how inaccurate it is and how the film's been getting a mixed bag of critique. So people have said, "Oh, it's really crap. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's actually quite good." Depends who you read and where you read it from. That's what Sanj told me, because she's looked at all the reviews because she's interested in it. I do want to watch it, but I don't know if us doing a conversation about it afterwards is going to be worthwhile, or if it would stick in the same way how the impact of the film does. People watch a film and go home, they're very unlikely to go home and research if it's true or not.
Yeah. I guess, if you're neutral, maybe you wouldn't. If you have some skin in the game and you're generally interested, then you might want to do that. Depends what I guess it'd be interesting, but why do people want to watch this film? There are people who watch any film that comes out, like any Hindi film. There are people who like Kangana. There are people who are like, we know this is going to be controversial. We want to see why it's controversial. There are people who are watching this who want to know why it's wrong. Like there's so many different motivations as to why you might want to watch this film.
I completely forgot it was coming out. I knew it was in the works back in 2021 or 2 when she mentioned it.
Everyone saw the what do you call it, the thumbnail? The hair, yeah. And I was like, okay, so this is happening. Okay.
Yeah, you really went for it. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So there you have it, people. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We will jump into the next segmente. Kick it off, Doctor.
My wife. The shindy.
No, fuck off. Give me my jingle.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you? How fucking dare you?
It's been a long day. It's been a long day in the erectile dysfunction unit.
Damn right it has. Pumping it, you know?
Okay. Don't know what you think I do when I'm at work. Oh, good. I feel like if you got to come around with me at work, it would be like Do you know when we were going through the stuff after the baby shower and you saw the baby stuff and your face was like...
No, I think I would know what to expect if I was going to the hospital with you for a day.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't be as shook?
No, I don't think I'd be shook. I think I'd be like, all right, I'm expecting to see some very fucked up stuff here.
Oh, okay. And you seem fine with it. You're all right with it.
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, I know it's going to be a rough day. It is what it is. And Gaura's like, this is a normal day. Look at this. Yay.
Yeah. And
fucking arm hanging off here, leg hanging off there, face missing there. Yeah, it's great.
And then what I'll do is I'll ask you at some point just to reflect, on your time. And you'll be like, I have IBS. It's not that bad.
Actually, I'll be honest. My IBS did flare up the last week or so. We can go to that later. Yeah,
okay. Right. So my wife, the Shindy.
Fucking do the jingle.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Fucking after all that.
Oh, good. Confessions of Brown Monday.
Well done.
That's good, isn't it? It's quite good. I feel like I haven't done it in a while. That's why.
You haven't. That's why I wanted you to do it.
Because, oh yeah, we missed a week and then we had a guest and we don't do it on the guest one. So yeah, it has been quite a while. My wife for the third time. My wife Shindy. So look, Akam's of an age now where she's cycling through a few different toys.
Sorry, what? She's cycling?
Yeah, as in she'll get bored of one toy, wants to go to a different toy.
Understood. Okay.
Right, now.
You don't have to hold the mic, it is on a stand. That was so worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Such a little numpty on you. If I face it away.
No, because then it can't hear you.
This comes back to earlier conversations. Indy's like, you have to talk into the mic for it to pick up your voice.
Yes.
I was like, really?
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So cool.
So
I'm just going to hold it for now until it stops.
We can pause and you can sort this out. Go on.
It's not. I don't think he's going to sort it out.
You have to sort it out.
Fixed.
See, that wasn't so difficult, was it?
It's wanker, aren't you? Condescending little wanker, aren't you? And cross your legs.
Sorry, I'm just telling Riz the bits to cut to cover your fuck up. So, yeah. Do you want to give it 10 again? No? All right, okay. No bucka now, is there? No bucka now, is there?
Oh, you are such an interesting person.
You're out playing checkers, I'm playing chess, baby.
You have this level where you can just be so... Your banter can be so good. Like, almost on my level. And the other times...
Above your level, bro. Trust me, I can be. I just can't be asked sometimes. I'm like, I ain't got the energy. But now I got time.
It's good. Nice eye to you. Yeah, so where do you want me to go from?
My wife.
My wife. So Akam is of an age where she's cycling through her toys, which means she gets bored. She wants to move on to something else. Now,
sounds like Shindy.
It does sound like Shindy, doesn't it? It does. And recently, you and Sanj probably know, from an early age, her earliest kind of words are a lot like dada, dada, papa, papa. And now she's completely reverting. Everything is mama, 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 mummy. And so now Shindy's like,
that's what Shindy wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. So she loved it. So you guys might remember, actually, there were a couple of episodes where behind me, between the pillows, there used to be a little toy.
Yeah.
Do you remember the little penguin?
The penguin. What was it name?
Right. Clementine.
Right.
Now.
AKA the oranges. Yeah.
Remember in Friends, Joey has Pugsy the bear?
Yes, he does.
And what happens when Emma comes around?
Takes Pugsy and he gets really upset saying she's not the same.
Yeah. He gets a new one and she doesn't like it. Right.
Hugsy, not Pugsy.
Hugsy's
a special need.
What's
Pugsy's the one for NSPCC.
Special needs?
No,
the one with the...
NSPCC, the one with the eye. Yeah. Fucking hell, got it.
Oh, he got the teddy bear, teddy today.
Oh, God.
So Akam took a liking to Clementine. She's a child. She can play with what she wants. And guess who wasn't happy with the situation?
Shindy. She was pissed, bro.
She's like, Akam, it isn't yours. It's mine.
Seconds now.
And I was like, Shinzo, is this a joke or you being funny? Like, is it like, okay, yeah, you can say it, but you have to give it back to her. Says, no, she's got lots of other toys. She's got a whole room full of toys. She's got a whole cabinet full of toys. She's got rooms and rooms of toys.
I agree.
Why does she need this one?
Because she wants your toy. That's why. She can feel that you want it. And she's looking at you as she touches it. She's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to give it to me, aren't you?
So then I was in a difficult position where I didn't know what to do. I was like, Shindy, you have to give Ikam the toy. Like, do I have to say this? Like, you just... I didn't want to say it. I was just like, can you just... There, like, come on. She wants to play with it. Reluctantly, at the end, she did end up giving it to...
Was Ekam crying when it was taken away?
She's very clever. Like they say, like kids, they do this fake cry. Right? Now, but the thing now is so obviously kids cry because they can't communicate sometimes. But she's got a certain set of words where she'll point at things and be like, get it? And then she does this, give it? And then sometimes she's pointing at lots of things that we don't know. And so now it's even more specific. So yesterday, it was about something else, another toy. And Shindy said, this one. And Heka went, yes. We were like, oh, okay, wow. And then she's absolutely fine once she gets it. So yeah, she knows there's a bit of a chicken situation going on here. She didn't want to be a big man. Heka was like, I'm not having any of it. I want this toy. And ultimately, who do you think won?
Ekam.
Absolutely. And I think, Shindy, you need to understand everything that is yours is hers now. Everything that we have is hers. That's it.
Including your jewelry, Shindy. That's hers too.
Okay, yeah. One day. Like,
She's going to come knocking for it. She'll want it.
Okay, Indy. You're far in the future, mate.
Bro, I'll play the long game. You know this.
Should we talk about that?
We're not going to talk about that.
We should talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that.
We would...
You can talk about that off air. That ain't seeing the light of day. No. Relax.
That's a real confession as well.
You can relax on that, okay?
No. What did you say to me, Indy? Let's tell the viewers about that.
What did I say to you?
Because that person is a character on the show anyway, so it's good.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
Right. This is super confession time now. Yeah. So
wait, hang on. Wait. Let's just round this out about Shindy. So where's Clementine now?
With Ikam. In her. Well. Again, see, Shindy's clever as well. Shindy's now cycled. She cycled it back out now because there's other toys, and Ikam doesn't remember now. So
that's it.
Yeah, so she knows what she's doing. And I was like, well, if you knew that was going to happen, you might as well let her play with it for the limited amount of time she's going to play with it anyway.
No. Shindy's wise.
You and Shindy, man.
So wise.
So similar, yeah.
I have a confession.
I bet you do. It's not as bold as my confession, is it though?
I have a confession.
Listen. Yes, Indy, I will go. No, no. You can come if you like, but
go on, tell the story. Go on. I know you're dying for it.
You're dying for it.
You're absolutely dying for it.
You're dying for it.
You want the sympathy. Go on.
You ain't got no fans. What's interesting is the person, and I don't know if you listened to the voice notes you put in the group the other day. Shindy was more kind of trying to understand your motive.
Just tell the story now, man, because you're telling other things without telling people what's going on, and that's rather annoying. So please do that.
Do you know what's annoying? Do you know what's annoying? What you did. That's annoying.
Why don't you tell people what I did then?
So I rang Indy, and we were just chatting about some stuff, just catching up. And I think you were having a bad day that day. Maybe
no, it was the day
before. All right, so this was a fine day for you. We're just catching up, and then Indy says, "Oh, and I know Indy's into F1, and I watched one race at yours, and you kind of got me into that day, and I enjoyed it."
Go back a step. You said you need breaks from the pod because you're going on holiday.
Is that what we talked about just before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what spurred it off, and you said, "Oh, I'm busy."
Oh, is that where it came from? Oh, okay.
And I was like,
"The cruise."
Wow.
Oh, so then you pulled it up. All right, fine. So then Indy says, "Oh, F1's happening in Hungary, right? Now, this is how solid I am for you, right? This is how much I hold it down. Best friend status level here. Before he even finished the sentence, I said, if you want to go, I'm there for you. I'm down. Like, no questions. I'll do it. I know nothing about F1, but I will go. To which this, beep this out now. You okay? You're going to beat this out.
I won't, but go on.
No, I'm not going to say it then.
Say it.
No.
What were you going to call me?
It's bad. I'll tell you off air.
Just say it, man.
This
I'll
guy.
I'll bleep it. Go on, I'll bleep it.
This mother chode. This guy.
That's not that bad.
This guy. Oh, yeah, I've asked Raj. We're going, but you can come if you like. It's like, oh, right.
No,
Okay.
I think the exact words were, yeah, so we're going to...
Look, you can't even stop smiling. I can only imagine you on the phone smiling to yourself.
Yeah, I said to you on the phone, I said, got him. I'm thinking of going to the F1. Like, yep, I'm down. I said, hold on. I haven't given you the date yet. The date is this. Are you free?
See how much a good friend I am.
Yeah, and you said, yeah, I'm free. I said, all right, well, me and Raj are probably going to go anyway, so do you want to come as well? That's exactly what I said. Then I said, oh, he said he wanted to bring his brother-in-law along as well, actually. Yeah. So you could be the fourth guy to come along, yeah.
Now, from a kind of complete honesty, heart of hearts, not adding shosha to the situation, because Shindy asked me about it afterwards. She's like, are you, like, is that weird for you? I was like, no, because they're friends in the room right now. Although I'm the conduit, whatever. And they're both into F1. So now what's interesting is when Sandra's on a walk earlier today.
By the way, you were triggered because you said to me, right, that's it. I want a WhatsApp group with us three in it to talk about things. I said, okay, we can do, but you're just going to archive that group real quick because it's just going to be memes. And you're going to be like, what's the point in this group? And I'm going to say to you, exactly. Yeah.
But that was funny, right? Because you obviously do talk. It was the funnier part to me was you're like, yeah, I'm sitting there in Dubai thinking about Raj,
I was thinking about the F1 thing because
and then
one of my mates wanted to go.
Yeah.
Real context is one of my mates actually wanted to go. He said, I want to go. I said, all right, I want to go too. I'll look into it. Yeah. I then gave him the proposal and idea. He said, yeah, I can't make that date. I've got a lot of outgoings coming for this year. Don't feel I can come. I said, that's cool. And then I thought, well, who else is into F1? And then I offered it to Raj. I was like, yeah, do you want to go?
You're like, not Karan.
You're not massively into it.
Who's into it? Not Karan. That's what I said.
Yeah. You watched one race.
It's good. I had a good time. Anyway, so I asked Sanj, right? What's her take on it? And Sanj said, Indy's snake. Indy plays a long game. He was dark the other day. He said, you don't know how far it's going to go. We don't know what goes on in his head. And then she goes, you definitely need that WhatsApp group. And I said, honestly, it's all good.
No one knows what's going on in my head. I don't even know what's going on in my head.
I know what goes on in your head. It's those memes. You just play this.
Indie supremacy. That's what it is.
Censor this, guys. You want to censor anything? Censor All I'm going to say is protect your friends, protect your ishte, protect your family, because this guy,
he's gonna get,
he's gonna get them. Yeah. It was just funny. The funniest thing about the whole conversation was me jumping ahead and you going, hold on. And you can come and be like, was the funniest thing. And I was like, that's the last time in my life. I was like, I'm gonna be so loyal to this guy. I'm like, I am there for you, bro. He's like, I don't need you to be there for me. I have other people who are there for me. I was like, okay, good job. That was funny. That was just so funny.
Great comedic timing.
Yeah. That was funny. Chalo, tell me your confession.
Okay, my confession. By the way, comment and tell me if I was wrong, because I don't think I was. Anyway.
I don't think you're wrong, to be fair as
well. So, obviously I see Desi memes on Twitter.
Yep.
And this one came up. POV. Okay. Just saw a kid refer to a single chickpea in Punjabi in the London Hall. And I couldn't save him. And someone else said, this is the exact situation how I found out and my mom smacked me. Karan, what do you think of this situation at hand?
This is, okay, the thing is, I haven't seen this meme, right? But we do this as like an ongoing joke with some friends in front of other people.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Oh, so what are you eating there with your pature? Shole. And if one of those were to fall on the floor and you had to pick it up, what would you be collecting? And then they say it and they go, everyone goes, what? You said.
What does that word mean in English?
That's a good point, Miscontentious.
What does it mean in English?
No, I'm not gonna have another kanjari situation here.
No, say it. Come on, Karan.
No,
say it.
no,
Say it with
no,
your
no,
chest.
no. I want to Google it. I want to see what Google thinks
What
first.
do you mean? What does? No, Google's not going to know that nuance. No chance. No chance.
Knows what kanjari is, clearly.
Yeah, but kanjari's a
Because a tribe. It's a tribe, isn't it? It's a tribe.
apparently. Actually, did we talk about that? We can talk about that as well afterwards. Sorry, go on. Continue. What is a singular chickpea in Punjabi?
I think you should Google what does the word shola mean. But do it SHOLA. So funny sounding word.
Okay, it actually refers to the tricep muscle. In Punjabi, shola is not a commonly used word with a direct translation, but sometimes it is used informally to refer to the triceps muscle, particularly when discussing bodybuilding. Appearing in phrases like dole shole.
Oh, okay. That's no shole and shola are different then.
Yeah, there you go. So Karan, what does shola mean?
I don't know. I'm gonna leave it to your discretion.
What does it mean in English? What does it mean in English? Use English words to describe it. You don't have to say what it is directly. It's okay. Just work around it.
It's anatomy, isn't it? It's not a tricep.
Is it a singular testicle?
I don't think it is. Do you think it's that?
I think it is that. What do you think it is?
I thought it was part of female anatomy.
Oh, interesting. I thought it was a male anatomy.
Tricep, yeah.
That's what Google said.
Listen, Indy. तेरे शोले बड़े बड़े लगते हैं.
Thanks, man.
दिखा
So
दे
you think it means a boob?
I think so.
You think it means a breast, singular? One single boob. That's what you think it means.
I don't know how many times you have to say the same thing. It gets really, really awkward and weird, bro.
That's the point, bro. Right, okay, let's talk about this. Wait there, one sec. So, we can talk about the kanjari situation now. Go on, Karan. Nabbi Sherdi. Or Nabba Sherdi.
Nabba is a place near Patiala. Ask mom. Mom showed me.
Oh, did she?
Mom was like, here's Patiala, here's Nabba. I was like, oh, right, yeah.
I'm trying to find the comment if you would like to introduce it. Go on.
Your wife, the Sanj, would like to visit as a detective to uncover the murder mystery. She's really motivated to find out what happened here,
Well, we put out a reel talking about the boiler room set with Rasafira and Bobby Kang and how he's talking about the Kanjari dying, taking all the happiness of the village. And people commented with their own insights.
Oh, on that note, so there's one addendum. So Ronak, I said means happiness. It does, but probably a better translation.
As well.
It means vibe. She's taking the vibe with her. So it's a bit like, Now, so a lot of people, and rightly so, people in the music industry have said that actually kanji can refer to a female entertainer who may also happen to be a prostitute, but doesn't necessarily have to be a prostitute. So this is more like pre-cinema, pre-thingy, entertainment, groups getting together, maybe somebody singing a bolli, maybe a lady dancing, a bit like,
a belly dancer.
No, this is funny. So when next time you see my sister, ask her this. When we were growing up, so dad used to get this used to be a thing from India where you'd listen to music, but you could also buy the DVDs or the VCDs of the songs, right? So dad would put on the Yaar Bolda. Do you remember Yaar Bolda's video?
Oh, no.
Right. So Bindra Ke Saab singing. Then you've got this basically open mela, so you got the seats and you got the stage where he's singing. Then there's this lady, I think she's wearing a green suit, sari type thing, and her tit is out and she's jumping and stuff. And then there's a shot of the front row, all these guys with shotguns, really excited, right, really oh my God. The Punjabi obsession with the tit and the tuni and, like we had in Dasja, and everyone's like, oh my God, I can see the tit. And so when I think about that Nabba Share, I think about that scene, that clip. I'm like, so there's no entertainment. These guys come round. This is the Ronak looking at this woman, dancing, and then she dies. So I get it.
Jamkila was onto something, is all I'm going to say. But anyway,
Yeah. Having that's the way to draw a crowd, man. You gotta have a good voice and good lyrics. So he had X-ray lyrics, which is like, oh shit, and then you have a lady as well. That's like double whammy, man. Like, he nailed it. Marketing down.
So the comments on this were quite divided. Some people said, to quote this guy, Kimbo Film on TikTok, Kanjir, brackets male, Kanjari, brackets female, is actually a tribe both from India and Pakistan. They are known as craftsmen or entertainers. I don't think he was referring to a prostitute. So someone then said, nice one, bro. I'll let them know next time they call me a Kanjir that it's actually my ancestry tribe. Big up.
That was so good. That's so good.
And then I commented saying, okay, so if I call a woman a Kanjari, she's going to take it really well, ain't she?
Yeah, as in...
Right, precisely.
If someone says, yeah, exactly. The problem is the connotation rather than the actual meaning. And I think that's where people get...
yeah, fine. But that's language.
Because when you... Well, yeah, that is language. If I call you a Kanjar, it doesn't mean gigolo. Or you don't associate with me with gigolo.
Yeah, but we always thought it was gigolo growing up when you said that.
No, not Kanjar.
Yeah.
No. Like
absolutely.
This is why I think it's interesting. I think Kanjari is synonymous with you're a prostitute. Whereas Kanjar is just like, you dirty bastard. Like, that's a literal translation. You're Kanjar. You're someone of low moral character. It doesn't mean you professional male escort. It doesn't mean that. No one thinks that.
Okay.
No, it's true. Like, you used it when you used it with the guys. You say in that vein.
Absolutely. It meant you were sleeping around with other women, yeah?
Yeah, slag, exactly. But not gigolo. That's a different thing. Okay. I know what you're saying.
Again, you're just proving the point, which is it's been repurposed.
Yeah. And so what do any words mean? That's the point. Gay, homosexual. What does any word mean?
Happy, originally.
Yeah. Should be, shouldn't it, right? And then I was got a different connotation. So
I only learned that from The Simpsons, you know.
Really?
Yeah. When they were trolling Mr. Burns and they're like, tell us about a gay time you had. And he was like, oh, I remember doing this one thing. Yes, that was a gay time. That was a gay old time, that one. And then, it was talking about
that phrase. Remember the end of Flintstones?
We'll have a gay old time.
We're all singing it. We're like, yes.
Yeah.
Just means happy.
Yeah.
That bit, yeah. Good impression. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Thank you. I think music, language, interesting. I take. So this person who's a female entertainer only, did nothing promiscuous. Only. Ronak has gone. The vibe is gone because she's passed, and now the men have nothing to fire the shotguns about. Go back, watch Yar Bolda's video, guys. It's like when I showed you Jasprit Bumrah, and you thought it was two different guys, and I was like, no, the Bindrakya with a pug, and then the Bindrakya with no pug, with a monna, and you're like, huh? It's the same person. I'm like, yes, same person.
Yeah, that really hurt my soul. I couldn't believe that. Here's a question for you, randomly. Okay, off the top of your head right now, dream dinner party.
Dream dinner party.
3 guests, dead or alive. Who would you choose?
Bruce Lee.
Okay.
We'll say, excluding like let's say like excluding Guru Sahibs and things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, man. Bruce Lee.
See, now, while you're thinking about this, I gave mine to Sanj yesterday. And Sanj said, I just want people that are going to be there for a good time to dance, have jokes, play games, and that's it.
That was Sanj's response, or your response?
I said, that's nice. Give me a real answer. And she said, I want you there. I said, don't have me there. Like, you have to be with me all the time.
Sanj said
you can go and have someone else.
What a soppy answer is that, Sanj?
I said, you can have somebody
Bloody
else.
hell, no one wants Indy.
Okay. And then she said, wow, you're rejecting my offer. I said, not really. But okay. Then she said to me, who do you want? I said, originally, my papa, who I haven't really met properly. Then I thought, who else? Then I thought, okay, you need someone there to like have a bit of a party. Then I thought, well, it's got to be Kanye West. And then I thought, well, who's the third person? And then I thought, well, Lewis Hamilton. Then I thought, wait, my papa doesn't really fit in that conversation, so I need to take my papa out and put someone else in now because that dinner party feels very off.
It depends on what you think. Like, Because when you ask me that question, I think about who can have great conversation with who are great thinkers. I don't think about the party element of it. It's just a dinner. Like, I don't. Doesn't have to
I
be.
think of a party element of it, man.
No, Bruce Lee.
Gotta have somebody there for all intents and purposes.
Nah, it's one good conversation. The food's gonna be good anyway. I would pick, my Dadaji. That's a good one. Thank you for that suggestion. Bruce Lee. Who would be the third
I just don't think
person?
your Dadaji and Bruce Lee would talk. I just feel like that's a wasted spot.
Not really. Bruce Lee, most of his life's work is about philosophy, and Dadaji was really into philosophy. So that'd be a really good conversation about the parallels, unifying principles of humanity. That'd be a good conversation. Third person, I'm thinking someone sporting. I'd probably have Virat Kohli.
Why?
The mindset of that guy, man. I got to get into that.
I'm surprised you chose him over Sachin. How dare you?
You know what it is?
How dare you?
I'll give you the thing on this. Sachin is great. And when I see like Sachin's interviews and, he's very humble and he's been this great sportsman for a long period of time and like he's done it, man. Like he's put the Indian cricket on that level and stage. But the thing I like about Virat that I identify with is his intensity. It's not the way Sachin used to play. Sachin was cool, calm, collected. Virat is fire, intensity. That I respect. That is like, yes, that's the kind of guy. I want to bring that intensity to things that I do, to the podcast.
You didn't take Harbhajan Singh. How dare you?
The
greatest bowler of all time.
He's not the greatest bowler of all time. I mean, I'd sit with Jasprit Bumrah. Him I'd sit with.
Well, it's funny you say that. Thank you for taking the bait. I want to show you.
Coldplay!
You saw it, yeah?
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Wait,
do.
Jasprit. Well, Jasprit, the beautiful brother, the best bowler in the whole of cricket. We do not enjoy watching you destroy England with wicket after wicket after wicket.
Tremendous. He just won the ICC Men's Test Cricket of the Year.
Very good. I don't know what that means.
It's hard to get it. That's the first thing. But he's so consistent across all formats of the game. He's just, amazing. But great for Coldplay too. And I think on the screen they actually played some of his wickets.
Yeah, they played the compilation of him absolutely
so
bowling out England players one by one. And I thought, bro.
This is so good. I should be seeing him actually. I got tickets to India, England this year.
Very good.
And maybe Virat for the last time as well.
Would you not want to take me with you?
No, not all. You're not into cricket. So.
I'd go. I could be a good accomplice.
You'd go, but you're not invited. So
I would be a good accomplice. I'd be ride or die. I'd go to that. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's fair. These tickets were bought for me. I didn't buy them. So
okay.
You know the guy. He's a schoolmate. So they got tickets.
Okay.
Yo, you know Spam.
Spam Wala Prata. Yeah.
Spam Wala Prata friend. Yeah, he got tickets. So
I don't feel like I should be around people who eat Spam Wala Prata.
What I will say though is when we do the Cloud 9000 yearly cricket commentary, your commentary is just so good. But I'll tell you why it's good, because you do have some knowledge, right? But then you try and be dumb on purpose. But you being dumb on purpose is really funny. Did they run a what did you call it? Did they run a double?
A double.
Yeah. So indeed, it's called a 2. Yeah, double. They ran a double, didn't they?
A double, triple, a 4 is a 4. Yeah, no.
A quadruple. Yeah, I don't know why.
But they call it a single.
Yeah, that's why it's funny. It's a single.
Logic.
It becomes a 2 and a 3.
Logic tells you that Indy is correct.
That's never the case.
That is absolutely the case.
The only one time that was true was when we went on that bus in Italy and it rained.
And I said, this is a bad idea.
And then we had no money to get back.
And I said, maybe we shouldn't be going that way because it's raining.
Yeah.
And how are we going to get back?
Yeah. YOLO, innit? YOLO.
Fucking yeah. It would have been YOLO for all of us then.
I'm like,
poor pregnant Shindy in the pissing rain.
It's like, Indy, we need to sacrifice a member of our party. Indy, you stay here in the locals.
Yeah, great. I'll stay there. Yeah, even though I'm the one that said. And as it was pissing me, I sat there and said to you two, you three, I said this would happen.
Yeah.
I said this would happen.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
What was funny was, even in that moment, when you were right, we had justification. We're like, yeah, but you didn't say it with much conviction, Indy. Like, we didn't really feel like you meant it. We thought you were just being ducky.
You guys listen to me. Okay. Now you listen to me.
I don't think we've had an opportunity.
All I've got to say is Naples 2023. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. And on that note of feeling heard, we will see you next week, people. All right. Much love. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here and don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.